Right now it is 3:44, and I'm gonna turn this on. And we are at, it says 3 bars out of 4. Now, that could mean anything, but we'll see how quick I get to vertically inclined. Alright, so pedaling on this road that follows the white mud between 50th Street and 75th has a bit of uphill, and there's a lot of headwind today, but so far not much to pedal with the pedal assist mode. Waiting at the lights now. Alright, here we go. Yeah, I mean, with all the headwind and just riding it as a bike, it would have been super tough. Super tough. And I definitely wouldn't have gotten here as fast. So far it's working all right. All right, so here I am at vertically inclined. The app Map My Ride claims that the trip from my house to here was 6.75 kilometers. On a normal bike, no assistance, I'm able to get here about half an hour on the same path. This pedal, and with a lot more work, even if there was no headwind. Today, headwind, pedal assist, mountain bike, electric. I did the same trip in half the time. So yeah, as far as the battery consumption, I'll go take a look at that. Okay, now it's saying it's at 2 bars, but the 3rd bar could have meant it was on the edge and just about to change. So we'll have to ride it more throughout the day, track how far we're going, and then see when it gives out. This is the Map My Ride analysis from home to vertically inclined rock gym. As you can see, I did 6.75 kilometers of road cycling. Duration was 15 minutes, and like I said, that's half the time it usually takes me just with a regular bike. My average speed, 26.8 calories. Don't believe that because, well, I was assisted, so it probably factored in the speeds, and it's just not accurate anyway. And as far as speed and elevation was concerned, this is, does it move? Yeah, okay, so that's that. And yeah, there's a bit of an uphill, and then it goes down. The uphill was on 51st Ave here. This road that follows White Mud Drive between 50th Street and 75th Street. Yeah, there was a bit of a bit of an uphill, and the pedal assist helped a lot. And then the full analysis, or more analysis, I guess. Speed and elevation all combined in one. My max speed was 33.6, average 26.8, like I said before. McDougall Hill, pedal assist, gear 5, moderate pedaling, bike's doing most of the work. Moderate incline, I'll wait till I get to the big hill around the turn here. Alright, I have to drop shift here. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of work involved. Oh, shit. Can the throttle do it by itself? No. No, it can't. I gotta do the work. Yeah. It says it can easily do a 15 degree incline. This definitely looks more so. So I don't blame it for not really giving me any juice. I gotta do the pedaling. Oh, I mean, still way better than if I had no assist, but McDougall Hill, definitely an uphill. And now I'm way better on flat ground, downtown Edmonton. All right, rode my bike from vertically inclined all the way to Kingsway Mall, past downtown. It's about 10.65K according to the Map My Ride app. Yeah, it was a speedy ride. I did it 25 to 30 minutes, I think the time was, which, I mean, it's pretty fast. I was going pretty fast. I tend to go aggressive. I run crosswalks and stuff, but anyways, when I think I can, at least. So yeah, I guess according to the app, my top speed was 50 kilometers an hour. And I reached that going down Scona Road. It's a long hill down to the low-level bridge. And then I definitely slowed down at McDougall Hill, which I showed before. But not surprising. I mean, it's probably like a 35 to 40 degree incline, or maybe even more, at the final climb of it. It's a lot. But anyway, that's where I'm at. I want to stop and take a look around and go for a ride again and see what's up. I think I was at 2 bars on the battery, so I'm still rocking. All right, this is the Map My Ride analysis of my bike ride from vertically inclined to Kingsway Mall. They said it was 10.65 kilometers. Took me 25 and a half minutes. Average speed 25. Here is the stats. Big drop there with a big up. The big drop was Scona Road. The big up was McDougall Hill. And I can show that right here. So where is it? Yeah, so Scona Road was here. You start coming down. So was this 99th? Yeah. So then you come down, and this just goes downhill. Like, I was flying. Like 50 kilometers an hour was the top speed I reached. I did shut my battery off to not only conserve it, but to also, I find sometimes that the bike tries to slow you down so then you're not going faster than 32. I think at the rate which I was going, it could have only done so good of a job, but I thought I'd shut the battery off anyway. And then McDougall Hill, you know, this part wasn't so bad, but when you got around the bend and going up, that's when it really went down. Like, it was probably 40 degree incline, or who knows. And then the analysis here. Yeah, the analysis here is this. These are the stats. As you can see, my max speed was 49. I'll call it 50. Average speed 25.1. I was flying down Scona Road. It's not even funny. All right, so here I am downtown on a bike path. Let's see, 113th Street and 102nd Avenue. Looks like I'm at the bottom here. I don't think it's really helping me much anymore. To be honest, if I just do the throttle, slow it down, throttle. Now, it just keeps me at this slow ass speed. Or slows down. I guess it really ain't doing anything. So, yeah, I didn't travel far. This is the Map My Ride analysis for my ride from Beer Revolution, Oliver Square, back to Mill Woods, my home. This whole trip here, no battery. The battery died when I left Kingsway 3 kilometers later, and then I stopped at Beer Rev to grab a bite. Was initially supposed to go to Joey's, but I didn't want to continue the rest of the trip with no battery. So yeah, 16.63 kilometers of road cycling. The average speed, no surprise, smaller than the other ones, 15.2 kilometers an hour, which is 10 kilometers less an hour than the next one, Kingsway, which was 25.1 average speed kilometers an hour. Verg was 26.8. Even, I will say this, if you look at all these speeds with each of the kilometers, notice how they're all under 20 kilometers an hour. Nothing's ever past that. With my trip to Berg, all the speeds are above 22, and with Kingsway, all the speeds are above 20. And that loaded quick. And then this is the other bit of the analysis here. I will say, though, it was mostly uphill, though. Like the other ones, there was a lot, like even my first trip to Verg was mostly downhill. Kingsway had, the badass McDougal Hill, but it did trend either straight. I mean, I had the big down at Skona, but yeah, a lot of it was straighter than this. Like, there was a climb home, and I had no battery, so there is that. All right. So overall, the bike rode pretty smooth. It took drops off curbs pretty good, considering I like to just ride fast and don't want to stop for nothing unless I have to. I find it more fun that way. For the tires, one would probably want to be extra careful if they're considering sharp turns. The traction could be better, I feel. I did a lot of curb drops and probably a few up curb hits with the back tire, and no flat yet, so that's a good sign thus far. The brakes are just okay. Definitely better when both are applied. They are also noisy in that they have a bit of a high-pitched screech to them. Not much, but noticeable. Here's the sound of the brakes. You can kind of hear the high-pitched hiss. The handle grips are half decent. They do look kind of tacky in the shine that they have. I do like that they have the resting palm flats. The handles could be more comfortable though. The gear shifts very nicely out of the box. Not a fan of the style of shifter they chose to control the 7 rear cassette gears. The switch to change the lower gears is not stationary like on pretty much any other bike I have rode on. Not sure what function that serves. It's not a big deal, but I mean, it's kind of like, what is this, you know? Like, the seat was pretty comfy. My ass was sore when I got off my bike after the 16-kilometer ride from Be Revolution, Oliver Square. The real test will be when I get on tomorrow after I give my butt some time to settle. In the past, with an old seat on my other bike, I've had this problem. Got on it the next day and it hurts. It's not nice. I'm not sure if the light on the front of the bike does anything. Maybe it's powered by the battery. I didn't get... it did get in the way of me putting my bike all the way forward into the racks at vertically inclined earlier. I had to readjust where I was going to put my lock. Readjust the bike, yeah. Anyway, and where I put the lock. At roughly 3 out of 4 bars for power, with what I started with at home, to be out of juice at 20K worth of pedal-assisted riding was a bit of a surprise. Would be good to see on a full charge at work. I'm going to guess I would get 30K or so pedal assist on a full charge. I'll probably try it out tomorrow and see what happens. Definitely a far cry from the specs which claimed 60-kilometer pedal assisted. McDougall Hill probably took a bit of juice to climb. I definitely wouldn't have been able to do that solo. I think I've tried it in the past, and I might have had to walk it, or it was just brutal. So, which I probably could do it solo, but it was bad. It was pretty bad with the battery, but I think not as bad without. I've done it before. Way worse than the hill after the high-level bridge going southbound, and I walked that. I was tired by that point, though. Who knows? Could have definitely used a triple chain ring, aka the 3 main gears by the pedal you get on a 21-speed bike. So I could have had an easier time pedaling. As far as the battery was concerned, it's not like I rode in optimal conditions, like a straight run with no hills or wind. That could have definitely factored in why I didn't get that far. The bike definitely helped me, considering I used to ride my regular mountain bike just to Underground Tap and Grill by Central Station downtown. And after an hour or two with a meal and maybe 2 beers, I would get on my bike and my quads would be sore. And that was like a decade ago when I was 25. This time around, when I started riding home from Beer Rev, I didn't feel that. The user manual claims that it is recommended to charge the battery after every use, or at least every 1 to 2 weeks, to maintain its performance and lifespans. That sounds rather demanding, especially because I definitely won't be using the bike over the winter months. It also says that you shouldn't leave the battery charging unattended for longer than the recommended time of 4 to 6 hours, if I'm not mistaken, for the time that it takes, right? That either tells me A, This thing doesn't have a shut-off switch for when it's full, which is ridiculous in the year of 2023. Overcharging has long been a thing of the past. Get with the times. Or B, it's just something they wrote to cover their ass in case of a fire hazard or something. I don't know. Only time will tell the longevity of the battery. Overall, thus far, I am still satisfied with the purchase despite the negatives I have pointed out. It's a fun bike to ride. That's what counts.